UFC 316, Marab Dvalishvili taking on Sean O'Malley 2. This is Makai's Money Making Plays. We're going to start the video off getting into the lock of the week, my most confident picks, favorite underdogs, and then we're going to wrap the video up with Makai's Money Making Plays, the parlays. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let's get this video underway. Looking back at last week's lock, damn, bro. Bruno Lopez, starched, dropped off a jab. I'm going to show you guys what it looked like, too. We are on a 2-week losing streak right now. I definitely don't enjoy that. Definitely want to get back in the W column. Trying to boost this record back up, man. We were, on a heater for a little bit. I think we hit like 4 straight, maybe. But damn, bro. For that to be the lock of the week last week, I got to apologize to all of you. Dude got dropped off a jab. I knew his chin was a little questionable, but I did not think Dustin Jacoby was going to knock him out. Like, jeez. But we coming back with some fire this week. The lines on this card are absolutely atrocious. Minus 800, minus 700, minus 500 for somebody debuting. Like, damn, bro, we can't get nothing. We cannot get nothing right. But I cooked up something. So I'm not going to waste no more time. I'm letting you in a little early too. We going back to the parlay. We going back to the lock parlay. I ain't hit one yet, but damn it, I'm going to hit this time. I'm telling you I'm going to hit this time. So without further ado, here's the lock of the week. Kevin Holland money line, Patchy Mix, Mario Bautista goes the distance, plus 120, lock it up, parlay. Let's do it. Look, I like Kevin Holland. I like Vicente Luque. I'm not 100% confident in Vicente Luque making a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Holland, he's way better at 170. He's not dealing with a pressure grappler. He's not dealing with somebody who has a big size advantage over him. Vicente Luque, his chin, still a little questionable. Is Kevin Holland going to knock him out? Maybe. Am I confident in a knockout? No. I can see it, going to the scorecards. Kevin Holland almost knocked out Gunnar Nelson. I can see it, playing out similar to how that fight did. Vicente is pretty dangerous in the grappling department, similar to Gunnar Nelson. I would say he's better than Gunnar Nelson. Stand up, he's a little more difficult than Gunnar Nelson. But I feel like Kevin Holland has all the tools that he needs to win this fight. The reach advantage, the size advantage. Like I say, he's not dealing with somebody who's going to wrestle him up for the entire fight or, get him out of there in the first round. Grappling is pretty even. Kevin Holland is also a black belt, if you guys aren't aware. And I feel as though Kevin Holland is the one with the power in this matchup. So I like, his advantages on the feet. Grappling, I would say it's pretty even. Maybe, you edge Vicente, maybe you don't. But I would say it's a pretty even matchup, but I do like Kevin Holland to pull away, probably with a decision victory. But I think he's also live for a finish as well. I could see Kevin Holland, pulling off a sub. You never know. He's pretty tricky like that, which makes this matchup, a lot more difficult for Vicente Luque. And then looking at the Patchy Mix Mario Bautista fight, I gotta admit, I was going back and forth on who I was gonna pick in this matchup. I like Patchy Mix. I just think that Mario Bautista is a hell of a contender to make your debut on. You know what I'm saying? It could look. I feel like this matchup is just too even. I would say Patchy Mix probably slightly better grappler. I know he has a lot of submission victories. I think he has like 13 submission victories, whereas Mario Bautista isn't much of a finisher. But Mario, man, he's gritty. He's never gonna give up on himself. He's got caught in one submission to Corey Sandhagen. And we all know Corey Sandhagen is probably going to fight for the title next. Is Patchy Mix on the level of Corey Sandhagen? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he is. And that was early Corey, so I feel like Corey today is probably far better than a Patchy Mix. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Hey, I'm just giving you guys my opinion. But I do think Mario Bautista can hang with Patchy Mix. I think this is definitely going to be a tit-for-tat type of battle, back and forth the entire fight. I do see it going to the scorecards. Like I said in the predictions, I feel like it's going to be a split decision either way. There's a lot of value on, there's a lot of people, hyping Patchy Mix by submission, but I don't know if he for sure gets it done. It's a hell of a call to slam down on. But I am confident that this fight goes a distance. Mario, I feel, is, better in the striking department. I like his pressure. He does grapple and throw his neck in, he gets his neck caught sometimes in the wrestling, but I feel like he's going to correct that minor mistake. And if he does shoot a takedown, it'll be, with some more intelligence, I'll say. Patchy Mix, he does take the back pretty good, but I've seen Mario Batista get up from, who caught him in it? Ricky Simone caught him in a head and arm triangle, got up from that. Got taken down a few times in that fight as well, got up pretty, easily. Patchy Mix isn't a hell of a wrestler, so is he going to be shooting, and taking Mario down? I don't think so. I feel like there's going to be a lot of clinch battles where maybe Patchy, looks to find a submission, but I don't think he's going to submit Mario Batista. I don't feel like it's an easy fight for him. And if you guys look at the odds, it opened at -110 on both sides. A lot of people are banking on Patchy Mix because they want to see Mario lose. I don't know if he does, though, but I'm going to wait till the weigh-in, see if I change my mind or not. But as of right now, lock of the week, Kevin Holland money line, Patchy Mix, Mario Batista goes the distance. +120. And we're going to hit our very first lock parlay. Count my words. I'm confident. You should be confident. I feel like this is one of the best plays that you can get, with all these wild lines on this card. -275 for Marab. Like, geez, man, there's no value. There's no value. But let's move on. Most confident picks. Starting it off, we got Kayla Harrison, -800. Like I said, these lines are atrocious. But I do think Kayla Harrison should be around like a -300, -400 maybe. But I can see Kayla Harrison, taking Juliana down pretty easily, smashing her face in. And I do think she's live for a TKO finish. On the feet, I don't like either one of them. Juliana does have some decent blitzes. They're not really, like technical. It's just she walks forward and throws a lot of punches. But I feel like Kayla will be able to counter that with her judo background. Definitely catch Juliana coming in, grab her up, toss her on the ground, and get on top of her. And I don't think Juliana's going to be able to get up from a Kayla Harrison on top of her. Kayla's very strong. You guys all know. The only, question mark I have around this fight is, does she make 135 smoothly? That's the only question I have before, fight night. But we'll get to see that on Friday. So there's that. Next up, Joshua Van, -700. Like I said, these odds, bro. But I will say I would not support a -700 for Joshua Van against Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva is no slump. He's no chump at all. I know he got finished by Manel Kape last time, but that finish was also caused by a low blow. So Bruno Silva, he's been doing pretty good. He finished Cody Durden, which was pretty impressive. That was a, in-gym beef, I guess. It was a really close fight. He got touched out by Cody Durden for sure. He got hurt at one time, and then he came back, landed that nasty uppercut, and got Cody out of there. Really nice. He's got some pretty good hands. I do think Joshua Van is better, though. I like how he mixes in his combinations. I like how he rips to the body. He's got really good takedown defense. I don't think Bruno Silva is going to be able to get him down. I can definitely see this fight going the distance as well, which is why I'm not sure why the -700 line is what it is. I think a lot of people are anticipating Joshua Van to finish Bruno Silva, but I don't know if he does for sure. You know what I'm saying? I do think Joshua Van wins, though. -700 is just wild. But salute to Joshua Van. He's been in the UFC for 2 years now, and he's already like 8, 9 fights in. You got to salute that. I definitely, respect the hustle. And like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC today, especially, young prospects. But yeah, I do think this is a really good fight for him. And I think Bruno Silva is a solid opponent. This is a really good matchup. Moving on, we got Azamat Murzakanov, -600. No value. Again, even if you parlay all three of them up, you're still sitting at like -230 or something like that. Golly, bro. But yeah, Azamat Murzakanov, I do think he's live for a finish. Brendan Ribeiro, his chin is not, it's not good. I'll say that. I know Azamat is at a big size and reach disadvantage, but he has, it's not like he's never seen this before. He's used to being a small light heavyweight, but what he makes up or what he loses in height and reach, he makes up for in speed. And I definitely think he's going to be faster than Brendan Ribeiro. I think he's going to beat him to the punch. I think he's going to touch Brendan Ribeiro and definitely knock him out. I wonder what the knockout line is. I believe it's like, it might be minus. I think, you know what? I'm going to pull it up right now just so I could give you guys an accurate call. Nah, I'm saying. Let's go to it right now. Azamat Murzakanov by finish. Azamat Murzakanov by knockout is minus 275. So yeah, like I said, decision for Murzakanov is plus 700. Over 1.5 is plus 130. Murzakanov inside the distance minus 350. So you definitely, everyone's, or the Vegas is betting on the finish from Murzakanov in this one. I do think he gets it. Probably second round. I could definitely see him, turning it up late first round, second round, probably gets Brendan out of there. Brendan, he's okay. He's just, another Brazilian big striker, but I think Azamat is too skillful for him. I like his kickboxing. I like it the way he's able to, close the distance very fastly, especially for a guy of his stature. He does not look like he moves as fast as he does. And I think he's definitely going to surprise Brendan Ribeiro with that speed. So that's what I got for most confident picks. Moving on to my favorite underdogs. Sugar Sean O'Malley plus 225. I can't pass up Sean O'Malley at this tag. I would definitely support probably like a plus 150, but plus 225 for Sean O'Malley is just, too much value to pass up. I do think I'm trying not to, fall for the, oh, I've matured, I've changed up things, I'm not busting nuts left and right anymore. But I do think he's made some adjustments. I've seen he's been training, defending the takedowns a lot more. And it wasn't like he got completely walked in that fight. He definitely had some moments. If he's able to, defend the takedowns early and put some striking, be less gun shy than what he was in the first matchup, I think he's definitely going to have some success in this fight. And I do think he can knock out a Merab. He doesn't have some iron chin. He's not walking through shots. You know what I'm saying? Umar touched him a little bit. We've seen Sean O'Malley hurt him to the body late in that fight. Cejudo wobbled him. You know what I'm saying? If Sean O'Malley could find the punch, which I know he's more than capable of, he's a sniper, he can definitely knock out Merab, and I would not rule it out. So yeah, a lot of value on Sean O'Malley here. I had to put him in here. And, this fight is still up in the air for me. I might, come weigh-in video, I might flip my pick. You never know. But Sean O'Malley plus 225, I got to take it. Favorite underdog. Let's lock him in. Next up, Mario Batista plus 160. Like I said earlier, this fight is a coin flip, in my opinion. And I feel as though a lot of people are Mario Batista is an underdog just because a lot of people want to see him lose. I think he has a skill set, capable enough to match a Patchy mix. Patchy's pretty good, but like I said, he's not active enough on the feet for my liking. I feel as though Mario could, definitely build a lead with the striking, attack the legs, get active in the boxing, throwing some, some takedowns. And I feel like Patchy's going to be very reactive. Plus, we've never seen him under, this big of a promotion. I know Bellator is what it is. It's still a big promotion, but it's not UFC. You know what I'm saying? The only Bellator guy that we've seen be able to perform under the lights, win or loss, has been Michael Chandler, honestly. He's just, a showman. Is Patchy Mix going to force the issue inside the fight? I don't think so. I haven't seen that from him from my research. He's very reactive, I think. Mario, can he be countered? Yeah, he can. But Mario always has a counter for the counter, which is something that I like. I like his footwork. I like how he moves around a lot. I feel like this is a really tough fight for both of them. But plus 160 is pretty good value for Mario Bautista. Honestly, if he was fighting Cheeto, I think I still might pick Mario. And I'm a big Cheeto fan. Cheeto just gets started, a little too late. So definitely a different matchup, Patchy and Cheeto. But that's also another reason why, I kind of like Mario in this spot. It is short notice, but I feel like he's seen a Patchy mix before, or at least maybe even better. You know what I'm saying? He did lose to Corey, even though it was early on in his career. Does Corey beat Patchy? I think so. Today, definitely. Well, not definitely, but today I think Corey could beat a Patchy mix. Today I think a Mario Batista could give Patchy mix a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? But he is a valuable underdog. Plus 160. Winner of this fight, I don't know what you do next. I'd probably do like a Umar fight. Yeah, probably Umar, honestly. But yeah, Mario Batista plus 160, I like it. Next up, Waldo Cortez Acosta plus 116. I like Waldo. I like him to possibly knock out Sergey Spivak as well. I will say Sergey, his takedowns, I don't really like them, but you gotta respect it at the end of the day. Can he take Waldo Cortez Acosta down? Yeah, probably, possibly, or no, it's more probable than possible. But I also see a circumstance where Waldo puts a pretty good combination together, defends the takedown, hurts Sergey, and maybe gets him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Plus 116. I think this is a really tough test for him. He's never seen a wrestler of Sergey Spivak's, background. But I do think he can touch him up on the feet. Sergey has been knocked out in the past, I believe 2 or 3 times. Of course, it's only been to, the likes of a Tom Aspinall, who is a Cyril Gahn, you know what I'm saying? Championship level type of fighters. Almeida knocked him out last time. I do think Waldo Cortez could put a good combination together. He does wing some of his, big shots, but if he's able to tighten them up and catch Sergey while he's shooting, I do think he can knock him out. So Waldo Cortez plus 116. I like the value there. So let's take that. Moving on to the parlays. Makai's money making plays. Starting it off, I had to throw, the big 4 in there. Kayla, Azamat, Joe Pyfer, Joshua Van, minus 112. Like I said, the value on this card is trash, man. We got a minus 800, a minus 600, minus 400, and then a minus 700. And then we still get minus 112. You know what I'm saying? The value is tough on this card, but I did what I could do. Then we got Sal Kid, Jang Sang Yu, and then Waldo Cortez Acosta plus 192. I think that's live. I feel like the shaky leg there is of course Waldo, but that comes with underdog status. Sal Kid, I do think he wins. I don't know if he finishes Ashmuz, and then Jang Sang Yu, I do think he finds the finish, but yeah, shaky leg there is definitely Waldo. Next up, we got Joshua Van by decision, and then Andreas Gustafsson money line. I really like Gustafsson in the spot. I don't like Chaos Williams at all. I don't think he's a really good fighter. He has power, but other than that, what good could you say about him? You know what I'm saying? I do think Gustafsson's going to be able to walk through a lot of those shots, probably put Chaos up against the cage, and bring him to hell. A lot of elbows, a lot of knees in a clinch, real nasty, dirty work, and I think Chaos might be fading. Probably like a late finish in that fight as well. Then we got Kayla Harrison by TKO, and then Sean O'Malley moneyline plus 1244. Like I said, I can see Kayla getting on top of Juliana, beating her face in, looking a bloody mess. The ref ends up stopping the fight because she got a really bad cut or something like that. And then I said O'Malley's live. I feel as though he really is. So little long shot right there. And then the one up that, we got Gustafsson and Joe Pyfer by KO. Pyfer to knock out Kelvin Gastelum Gastelum, excuse me, be the first guy to ever do it, that'll be super, super interesting. But I feel as though both of them could definitely get a finish in their matchups. I could see Pyfer probably getting like he probably knocks Gastelum down and then finishes him with a few shots to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Gastelum recovers, but the ref stops it a little early. that's how I can see the KO coming. You know what I'm saying? Maybe hits him, drops him, gets on top of him, 2-3 shots, but Gastelum's working his way back up. But the ref stops the fight. So plus 1990. Another long shot, but hey, when you got lines like this is what you got to come up with. So that's what I got for Makai's Money Making Plays. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do, share the video, and I'll see you guys for the weigh-in recap. Thanks for tuning in.